Så, vi now Frederice Basim. So when last we left off, Dave got caught in the scenery in Coleman Cul-de-sac. An unfortunate event that can happen from time to time. It prevented him from moving from where he was, which even stopped us from calling a cab to get back home. The only way to make sure he didn't die in Coleman Cul-de-sac of starvation was to actually go back to the neighborhood screen and disregard all of the things that had happened in the downtown area. We did lose the 50 simoleons for going there and the small amount of time he was in the cab heading to downtown and then back, but that is certainly worth it when the alternative was Dave's death. We then headed back to downtown with another 50 simoleon expenditure, but that worked out a lot better than the first time. For a start, we didn't get caught in any scenery, and we did make one family friend, which means that Dave only needs one more to have a chance of getting promoted. His relationship with Samuel is weakening a bit, however. Fortunately, we're not focusing on Dave today, we're going to be focusing on Samuel. And Samuel is actually going to take a day off work so that he can talk to Dave and repair this relationship. After all, Dave is currently the only friend that Samuel has, and he doesn't want that to change. It is time for him to get up and greet the day, and Melisande is there to greet him. And beg for something, although we've no idea what Melisande is actually begging for, mainly because Melisande has everything that she could possibly need. She even has Danielle to keep her company when Samuel isn't there. So we're now going to go and make breakfast. We're actually going to serve breakfast right now so that we have enough of it to give to Dave when he comes around. We're going to be trying to ring him before he goes to work, because if we're going to spend the day not going to work, we want to make sure that as much of it as possible is used talking to Dave. We want to get this relationship up ideally to the high 80s and maybe even to the 90s in the short term. And there is food, which Samuel will grab. If you have other actions queued up, he actually won't go and grab food immediately. He'll do the other things that you have queued up first, and then he'll go and grab some food. We want to go and call Dave right now, after we've got rid of this plate. Into the dishwasher you go, plate. You were never seen again. We'll just make a quick call here. Would you like to come round and say hello? I made food. It's not pizza, but I made food. Absolutely. We have so much to catch up on. I have some of the juiciest gossip. I know you'll just die when you hear it. And that is good news indeed. While we're waiting for him to come round, we'll just use the toilet here and quickly take a shower. I imagine the first thing that Dave will want to do is actually to go and grab some food, as they tend to turn up hungry. Alright, we'll just keep an eye out here for Dave. He won't be too long, I think, but then again, it does sometimes take a while for people to pop over, even when they literally live across the road. Maybe there's a massive queue of cars that Dave has to wait for, so he can cross over safely. There he is! Just in time. And here comes the gardener, and pretty soon the maid will also be here. Alright, and just in time for Samuel to be done there. And we'll greet by shaking hands. And unfortunately, the paper girl is in the way there. We'll just go and say hello, and then invite him in. Normally, we get people in immediately if this was Dave's house, but the room sat isn't that bad out here. Hello, how are you? It's nice to catch up with you. We'll just have him enter the home, and then we'll have some food. And Dave is coming in already, and I think the first thing he'll do is he'll grab a bite to eat, I wager. Or we could just talk to him for now. There we go, we'll just talk to him about his interests. I'm sure if you talk about, food or parties, I don't know if food's going to work. No, food is going to work, which is fantastic. And immediately they start talking about absolutely everything. Alright, we want to get this a lot stronger than it already is, the relationship that they have. It's going up already. It was at about 58 and now it's at 66, and eventually it'll be up in the high 70s and maybe even in the 80s. We may actually be able to have Samuel go to work as well if we're fast enough at this. We may manage it. Alright, How are they doing? 73! Excellent. We could also have you talk about interests once more, and then we'll give a friendly hug. There we go. This might be good. 10 simoleons. That was a pretty quick day there for, the maid. Not as quick a day, I think, for the gardener, most certainly. And now we'll try that hug. Will it work? Yes, it will. And a little bit more conversation, and then we'll have them. Carpool will arrive in about an hour. Alright, we'll just have a bit more conversation, and then we'll say goodbye by shaking hands, and that relationship will pretty much be nearly at 100. Remember when I said that I was going to have Samuel skip work? I've changed my mind. There is no reason for him to skip work whatsoever. He will be able to go to work in a pretty good mood. There we go. That relationship is at 100, and we never actually used any of that food, so we'll get rid of that before we go to work, because it will just go bad while he's there. There we go. I thought you'd be skipping work, but I was wrong. You are that efficient at maintaining that friendship that you were able to keep that friendship strong and avoid, well, not avoid going to work, rather. There we go, and they're just interacting with each other. How is that going? I want to check how that relationship is. That is 30, oh, actually, it's slowly getting stronger, which is good. It is slowly getting better. You do need to work on this, though, for a tiny bit. Before you, Melisande came out to say hello. But where are you going? Are you going all the way around there just to say hello to Melisande? I think you are. I think you are. Or, there we go. No, you are. Hello? I didn't know that the cats would actually come out and say hello to the owner when the relationship was that high. It is at 60, which is pretty good. Excellent. A tiny bit of interaction will certainly help. I mean, Samuel doesn't need it right now, but gaining some fun he certainly does need. He'll just play this for a little bit. After all, he's had a busy day talking to his brother, and unwinding by playing the piano is perfect. He is pretty good at it, though. He's very good at it. We may also work on improving these relationships at some point, but maybe later. Who's that person there? That is Hector Towney. We have seen him in passing. I don't think Samuel's really talked to him that much. A little bit of fun here. Actually, he really could just max this out before he... Yes, he could! That is how good at generating fun that is for Samuel. Just a little bit of effort there, and he is at pretty much maximum fun. And then he will rest well. We should really think about buying something now. Really should think about buying something. We could buy some more appliances here, but in reality we should buy the thing that will improve one of his needs, the most important one. And that is hunger. We could get this here, that is hunger 9 and room 1, or we could, actually we can't get that one, that is too expensive. Let's have a look at this, shall we? I've never actually bought this one before. The Thermocotta Dual Fuel Range. Tired of cold food and lukewarm decor? Nothing brings warmth to a kitchen like a stove. Exciting dual fuel design allows this marvel to utilize both the explosive power of natural gas and newfangled electrical currents to warm and prepare your food. Includes a stylish display rack, complete with your very own assortment of aged copper pots and pans. Disclaimer, pots are for decorative use only, do not eat. Why would we eat the pots? I've no idea. But either way, this will improve the food we're getting from 7 all the way up to 9. You are spending a lot of money there for gaining 2 more points of hunger gain, but it will pay off. There we go, and we'll just get rid of this here for 480. We are a lot poorer than we were before, but going to work has allowed us to afford buying this item here. And it will certainly make a difference when we prepare our food in the morning. And we are going to be getting up a little bit later than usual, because we went to bed a little later than usual. I think we could actually get up right now. Let's see, we'll get up now. There we go. Excellent. And that happened there in the night. Why did that happen? We are definitely going to need to... I think we're going to have to... we can't scold Melisande right now, because Melisande is asleep. We could scold Danielle, though. That is very bad indeed. You should not be doing that. You should not be doing that at all. That is very bad. Very bad indeed. You should not be urinating everywhere. It's probably our fault, though, that this is, probably full. Let's have a look here, shall we? It most certainly is very full. We definitely need to empty that. It's our fault, and well, it is our fault really that that happened at all because we didn't empty that efficiently enough. There we go. Now that we've sorted that, I think it's time to go and see what a difference having this new stove makes. Don't wash your hands right now. You'll be doing that later. You'll be doing that later. The difference is going to be substantial, I think. And it also provides that little bit more room in here. If you replace these with the better versions of the appliances, I think room in here would be maximized. Food is most certainly going to be maximized, I think. Let's have a look, shall we? The difference of 2 hunger is... it's certainly there. I mean, look at how much that food is going up by. And that is pretty much nearly maximized. Having 2 extra hunger made a significant difference there. We can't really do much to improve it right now. We could get a slightly better fridge eventually. The better fridge costs a lot more money, though. A lot more money indeed. And we don't actually need to work on gaining fun right now. Fun is pretty much a maximum. So we could work on gaining cooking instead. We could definitely work on cooking and make it that much better. Unfortunately, they're going to have to be taken care of, and I think we'll leave that for the maid to deal with. Maybe we need a second one of them. Maybe we do. Maybe. We can also move this around and have the lamp over here, and have the beds on either side of the chair. That is something we could do. It might be more effective space-wise. It might be. There we go. Bridget will take care of those, and then we'll just study some more cooking. We might actually gain another level of it if we're fortunate. There's only one way to find out, and that is to fast-forward time. I think we might. The carpool will arrive in about an hour. No, I don't think we will just yet, unless... there we go! 1 extra level of cooking. Now he has, I think, 6 levels of cooking. Pretty soon he'll be able to make meals that will max out his hunger, which is fantastic. And he's going to work, which means he'll get even more money. We also need to make sure that we have enough money for when the bills turn up. We don't want that to happen, that we run out of money there. Our energy's going to be pretty much empty, though. Not fantastic, but what can you do? He does work very antisocial hours, after all. And there is El Bandito, and I don't think they're going to go and deal with El Bandito. So we're definitely going to have to ring and take care of that. There is animal control. You just take care of that immediately. And we'll also have to get rid of that command, unfortunately, because the sooner we ring animal control, the better off we'll be. There we go. 15 simoleons. Very well spent there. Very well spent indeed. Excellent. Did I say... I meant 20 if I said the wrong number there. Alright, I think we're just going to go straight to bed and let animal control take care of that. There we go. El Bandito is gone, but El Bandito always returns. Very pesky is El Bandito. Alright. It is now... oh, time for you to get up at 6 o'clock. Excellent. How is social for everyone is actually doing quite well indeed. I think it's time for you to have breakfast and greet the day. Actually, no, we'll let that action happen. And then we'll greet the day. There we go. We'll have breakfast then, and do this and do that, and then play the piano some more. Excellent. We can also change these various appliances around. How much would that cost? That will be $550 for that, and that will be about $650. And we could replace them for these ones that are $575. Actually, it might be worth doing, just to, we'd be very strapped for cash to begin with. But it's definitely worth it to gain those extra room stats, I think. Does this give room? This does actually give room. Maybe it might be better to save for that right now. It is only 1 extra point of hunger, but I think at the moment it might be better off to save for the better fridge rather than the better appliances there. Maybe when you have a bit more money, eh, Samuel? You do already have a lot of money, you do make a lot of it after all, but getting a little bit more is always good. There we go. Having a sink here might actually also be beneficial, just so that we can have you wash your hands after you put stuff in there without having to go all the way over to the toilet. it might be a good idea. I'm still considering it. The difference in getting that stove there is palpable, however. The meals he makes just give so much more hunger need. Just so much more. I mean, that is practically maxed out. It does also mean that actually, I don't think it does make a difference. That is maxed out, actually. That was such a fulfilling meal that he can't possibly eat any more. Except he now can, because hunger's already going down. There we go, just do that there, and this here, and then have some fun. It's just a shame that the pianos don't provide comfort as well. That chair is rather uncomfortable. Maybe having a small pillow there might help. Play away! And he does indeed. It's going to be a little while before that's maxed out, but not that long. There we go, there comes the maid, and I think that's maxed out. Excellent. The amount of extra time he has to, like, study cooking is just ridiculous. Look at that mood. That mood is, almost as high as it could go. It's almost as high as it can go, which is fantastic. That is also getting pretty full. I don't think... Does she empty that when it gets full? I don't know. Maybe we'll find out at some point. You're now starting all the way from the beginning here with cooking. It's going to take a long time to get that higher, but every little bit that he does to work on that will make it that much more likely that it improves. But also, we could actually spend some time in that garden at some point. We really don't spend that much time in it. Maybe someday Samuel will be able to appreciate all of the plants that are growing. And I don't know why you're running, but it's certainly beneficial that you are. You could also get rid of them, but there's really no need to. They're not providing a negative to room at the moment. Time for you to head to work once more. There we go. And he'll be earning even more money. We could just... Actually, there are the bills. I was about to say we could buy something here, but we'll need to pay those bills off first, I think. We'll definitely need to pay those off first. It's going to be very late by the time he gets in. Very late indeed. But no later than usual. I think we'll just do that now. We'll first have Melisande come and say hello. And once more, you're just walking all the way around for that to happen. That is very curious. I imagine if we hadn't cancelled out that action, he wouldn't take one lap around the house before he says hello. But hey, we still get to say hello to Melisande. Danielle does not do that, however. Also, where are you going? It's over there. Did you forget where that was? We'll just pay that off there. 435. That did go up a little bit, mainly because of the the new stove that we have here. About to say the extra stove. We don't need two stoves. That would be very redundant. What do we want him to do right now? Not really that much. We could have him empty that out. That's probably a good idea. There we go. We could even do that when Melisande is in there. Is this now going to be full? No, it is pretty much empty. Pretty much empty. Do we want to do something else right now? Actually, maybe we don't. Maybe we just want to go and get some rest and greet the day the same way we always greet it. And their social is up pretty high, which is good. We'll want to fill that up, most certainly, when we get up, which will be pretty soon. And fun is very high, and hunger is also very high as well. So first thing to do is to fill that bowl up, and then have a hearty breakfast, which pretty much will be the only meal that he'll ever need. It has exactly the right amount of calories that Samuel needs to fend off the day. And excel at work, because he's pretty much excelling at work. If only he had those family friends and those points of creativity, logic and charisma, he'd be able to get one more promotion, and with that, even more money. I really don't think he needs even more money, though. He has more money than he knows what to do with. He's just sort of buying very minorly iterative upgrades to appliances in his home. He might even want to get a slightly better sofa there. But that is one of the best sofas, oddly enough. And they are starting to get on quite a bit better now, which is good. In fact, they're getting on very well now. I'm very glad to see that. I was worried that they wouldn't get on, but they just needed some time to get used to one another. Just a little bit of time. Also, I don't think we need anything else to improve. I actually don't think we do need that appliance, like the really good fridge, because hunger is pretty much maxed out all the time. They do have negatives, certainly, but those are always counteracted by positives later. Always counteracted by positives later. The gardener most certainly has a lot to do. A lot to do indeed. And we do want to play the piano a little bit here. There are some things for them to hunt, most certainly. Will they be going to hunt them? That is only one way. Yep, indeed, follow master. That is not actually what I want you to do right now. I want you to go and hunt those mice. Nope, you seem intent on just following Samuel around. Which is okay, but I probably prefer you to go and deal with those mice sooner rather than later. When fun is maxed out, I'll just order Melisande to do that. If Melisande isn't already... Nope, Melisande is content to just hang around. Well, Melisande, I have an order for you right now, and that is, Oh, actually, you're going to chase them. Is that what I want you to do? I don't know. Nope, I think that is exactly what I want you to do. There we go. I think we have succeeded there in having one, at least, selection of mice dealt with. Well done. Well done indeed. And now I want you to go and hunt eek mice, because there are more mice to hunt here. There we go. Just, there we go. Go and get those mice. And, yep, indeed, Melisande will go and hunt down those mice. Just in time for Bridget to go and take care of them. And the carpool will arrive in about an hour, so it's time for you to get a tiny bit of cooking, reading done just before work. Just before work. 20 simoleons, unfortunately, not in time for Melisande to return back with that, with those mouse in tow. Or mice, rather. But I'm sure that, we'll be able to take care of that ourselves at some point. There we go. Well done, Melisande. Well done indeed. Well done. And so, I think we'll be off to work now. Yep, time to head off to work. As soon as Melisande moves. This could be a problem. This could most certainly be a problem, because I think Melisande is... Yep, we need you to wake up. We need you to wake up. Will you wake up? Are we going to miss work because the cat won't move? I think we might. Well, unfortunately you're just going to miss work, Samuel. I wish you didn't have to, but now you've missed work. You might as well have actually, And now Melisande wakes up. Of course you do, Melisande. Of course you do. We've missed work, unfortunately, but that's not the worst thing in the world. We could spend our time learning even more cooking. We might as well do something with the day. Melisande, you made us miss work, and for that we won't be buying another scratching post. Oh, who am I kidding? We'd probably buy another scratching post anyway. Maybe we could put one right here. Then the cats would get in the way of these two doorways. That is probably a bad idea. So when we come back, folks, we may have missed work, and I don't think they'll accept the cat being in the way as an excuse. And so we'll just practice our cooking instead. And when we come back, we'll continue to earn some money and get a few more upgrades here. Things are pretty peaceful where Samuel is. I'm sure that something will come to rile it up eventually. Something certainly will. So I'll catch you next time, folks. And I'll see you then. Dag dag.